what makes this work? It's very simple. You've got two LED lights. You have one on the front and you have one on the back. The one on the back is recessed and the one on the front is not. The one on the front is the performance LED. It's light in color and it makes the light bulb look like it's glowing. The one on the back is a green in color and it's recessed because this is the timer for the performer. This is a performance timer. When I press this half-shaped, this like moon-shaped button right here, the LED light will go off. Okay, so there are two programs that you can run on here. The first one is to set the white LED off for 5 seconds. The second program sets the LED off for 15 seconds. How we do that? You just press the button and the green light will come on. It'll sit there for 10 seconds, letting us know that in 10 seconds the LED, the white LED, is going to go off. The last 3 seconds will blink, 2, 3, letting you know that the white LED light is going off. The first setting is for 5 seconds. The last 3 seconds will flash, 1, 2, 3, and it's off. For the 15-second button, all you have to do is hold down the button for a little bit longer. When you let go, it'll flash really quickly 4 times. Starting a 10-second countdown, the last 3 seconds will flash 1, 2, 3, letting you know that the white LED is lit. Since we're on the second program, this is going to go crazy now for 15 seconds. Now the last 3 seconds of the 15 seconds will blink, letting you know when the white LED is going to be over with. And there you can see it, 2 and 3. It's over. So just like the first one, just 10 seconds longer, and they're identical. Now what happens if, let's say, I press the button and I've pressed it a little longer and it starts the 15-second when all I want is the 5-second? Well, don't worry, it's simple. Have a reason to come back, touch it again, and it'll shut off. As soon as you touch it, it'll shut off. And then you can reset it by pushing it again, and now you're ready to go with the 5-second program. If I didn't want the 5-second program, I just touch it and it's done. Just like that. So whenever you want the light to go off, it is your choice. Whenever you want the light to end, it is your choice. And you have 2 choices for the length of the light going off. Either the 5-second program number 1 or 15-second program number 2. You'll notice over time that the light will get a little dimmer. It's very simple to fix. You've just got to replace the batteries. You can take your fingernail and just kind of pry it in that gap and the cover will come right off. Just a little piece of plastic. Underneath it you can see that we've exposed the electronics. Do the same move as before, just with your fingernail, just kind of pull it out and put the other piece down, and what you've got now exposed is the electronics, the bread and butter of the device. And you'll notice 2 batteries. The batteries that we use are 2032s or 2032s. These can be bought at local Walmarts, Home Depots, Radio Shacks. They're sold pretty much anywhere where batteries are sold. So to take the batteries out, it's pretty easy. They slide right out, just like that. And you're left with 2 batteries. Okay, so now once you have the 2 batteries out, you're going to stack one on top of the other, positive side up. The positive side will not have a rib on it. That's the negative side, that ribbing. Positive side, and you'll have a big plus there, so it should be pretty easy to figure out. Stack it on top of the other like that. So you now have one battery on top of the other, and you just push it right into the device, and this little metal flap here will hold both batteries into place. And so now you're left with the guts, and it's just a matter of taking it and putting it inside its housing, and then taking the other flap and putting it right on there, and you'll hear a little click which lets you know it's right back in there ready to go. And just like that, green light says that you've got juice. And there you go, you've replaced your batteries. Putty that comes with Lightning is 2 different colors, you'll notice. A light blue and a black. Simple. The light blue is sticky, but not nearly as sticky as the black. So you've got your choice here. So depending on your climate, your area, how much handling you have to do, it's up to you to decide. You can mix and match the blue and the black together to get the right consistency for you. For me personally, I want to have a little mix of blue, a little bit of mix of black, so I take about, about a BB size of each, depending on what you need to stick it to. There's a small little part of the blue, or the black rather, and here's a little bit of the blue. So I've got two equal sizes here, you can see that, and I'm just going to knead them together so I get kind of a mediocre mixture of way sticky and not so sticky. And just kind of knead it together as best you can. And wow, that's nice and sticky, see that? And at this point I'll just push it a little bit right on the back, and that's going to stick to anything. I mean, if it's sticking to your finger, I'm barely touching it, look at that. Just barely touching it, it'll stick. So that's absolutely perfect, and it's ready to go. Okay, so here you have Big Bang. That is the performer's view, and this is our view. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to be covering the trigger mechanism of Big Bang with my right thumb. And the light bulb, as you can see, it's already in there ready to go. So where do we put this? Well, the way I do it is the half moon is to the left, the green indication light is to the right, and I put it directly, there's the sticky, directly on the back of the light bulb. There's really nothing too crazy about it. You don't have to be too crazy. Just put it directly on the back of the light bulb, right about there. And you want to do this obviously before you get in front of your audience. If you do it with your audience there, an easy way to do it is just have this in a finger palm position, and then naturally as you lay it in there, showcase it for them to see that the bulb's in the bag. They won't see anything, and as you lift up you can push down. Now when I'm doing the performance and this is on the back, I can pretend like I'm adjusting the light bulb or whatever, and all I have to do is just touch it, to get it to whatever program I want. Let's say I want the one program. I just touch it, there it goes, and then I just wait, count my 10 seconds, wait for the indicator light to count down to 3, which would be 1, 2, and then 3. The magic lights up the light bulb. This is what the audience will see, the light bulb lighting. And then you'll have your indications 1, 2, 3, and then boom. On the third green light you do your explosion, depress the trigger mechanism, and you'll have this explosion. Don't worry, this will still be hidden. There'll be an explosion, but this will still be hidden behind some piece of glass. At this point, to get free, again you can display the light bulb. So what I like to do is display it, and I lay it right in the finger palm just like it was before, so it's pretty much ready to go. I hold it out, I jiggle it a little bit because you'll get that sound from the broken glass. It's really nice. And at this point, fingers are curled in, they can't see the little device. I will finger palm it off the bag just like this, and lift and turn my hand at the same time and transfer it into this grip or this grip, and then I'll release all that stuff, the clip and everything, into this hand. Everybody's eyes will be here. Nobody looks at the clip or anything. And of course I've got Lightning, finger palmed, and Big Bang all in the left hand. Everybody will look here. Depending on the situation, I'll throw the glass like that a little bit to have some come out of the bag. And there's no heat on the left hand at all. So that's a really good get clean. A really good get clean. Very simple to do. Alright, so the Big Bang. It's a plastic bag, a light bulb that we just unscrewed from a socket. We'll put that in the bag. The question that we always get is why are you putting it in the bag? And it's simple. It's to isolate it. To isolate it even more from electricity or any touching or anything like that, I have a bag. So what you've got is something that looks a little bit something like that. Little bag, little bulb, little clip. Totally isolated. I'll try to straighten it out here as best I can. Okay. Watch the bulb. You lay that out, of course, for the whole world to see. Just like that. The Big Bang. You'll notice on the trailer that we use Masika's gimmick to explode the light bulb utilizing lightning. The handling on Masika's is no different at all. Getting it in place as far as lightning is simple. You can have it just finger palmed, and then as you set it in your hand, it just goes into perfect position. You just give it a little squeeze, just a little squeeze as you're handling it. And so what ends up happening is it sticks to the back, and you'll see the LED light is shining right into the light bulb. So again, from finger palm position, just set the light bulb right on top of it. Give it a little squeeze and it's there. Now, when you go to show this to the spectator, keep your fingers here, and as you rotate it out, it's sitting right behind, ready to go. Now, from our point of view, Masika's, you have to hold it like this or grip it like this. As I'm coming from here to here, I'll spin it, keeping my fingers there, and this puts it out of their view. And then under the guise of, you know, maybe screwing the light bulb, they can't tell that I'm actually not moving it, but doing this maneuver and playing with it, I just push the button, you know, and give it a look. Okay, I'm on the regular 5-second one right now, and then it'll give me the last 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And then it lights up. I'm doing my magic, I'm doing my concentration, whatever the case may be. Looks like that. There's 1, 2, and then 3. Boom. I use Masika's, I explode the light bulb. This is stuck the whole time on Masika's. This whole thing will just fall to the ground, so it'll be part of the pieces. What I do is I step out in front of the pieces to block it, and that is my that's my cue to the audience for applause or anything like that. And then of course you can have somebody come up with a broom and get you ready for the next one or whatever. So. But that's using Masika's gimmick. And of course, I don't have it here in place because I don't want to give away his secrets. Okay, I've got 2 bulbs, one big, one small, and I wanted to give you the reasons why and when to use these. Let's start off with the small one. The small ones usually cost around 20 cents. So to replace them, it's a nominal cost. In the bags that are given along with Big Bang, these are a perfect fit. These little cheap ones. Although the big one will fit in there as well and will explode, this explosion from a smaller bulb in the bag is greater. You've just got more area for that explosion. It just looks so much better. So I would prefer to use the small ones in the Big Bangs. And your cover is there because you've got the light bulb, a bag, you're holding this thing. It just seems more fluent. If they happen to look through the bag and see maybe a little piece or something, they're not going to see anything. It doesn't mean anything to them. And plus, I'm probably wearing a darker color as well. So I prefer, you know, a little small thing there. You can get away with a lot with Big Bang. You've just got all that stuff out there. They're never going to see the device. So I prefer it there. Now for Masika's, I prefer the big one. And this is the most obvious reason. With Masika's, I've got to get it away a little more, you know, farther from my body. And if that's the case, then I need a little more area to hide lightning. So a bigger bulb makes better sense. And then on top of that, you know, this will play big as well. So I prefer a little more surface area here. And then there's another note here that you should take into consideration. If you do a Masika's type, this will explode and all the pieces will fall down. Well, where does this go? Okay, you can't get clean that way. It'll fall too. Using a big bulb like this, because the way Masika's works, every time I have done this with Masika's, a piece of light bulb, usually about that big, will fall off onto the ground. Everything else will just be obliterated, but it'll have one piece, and it'll fall down like this, and it will hide it, I'm telling you. So that's another reason for using the larger bulb too, is it'll hide it in the pieces and fragmentation that are on the ground. Even though with Masika you're going to have people 10, 15 feet away, because you don't want to splash them with, you know, glass. So, but even at that angle, from 10 to 15 feet away, they're going to instantly look down at the broken glass. So using a larger bulb will help to hide the device as well. And because I've had it just sitting on the ground just like that, looking totally normal, and it blows people away. So it's very situational. I use Big Bang 99% of the time, but if you want to use like Masika's, there's definitely some benefits as well. So it's just up to you. Large bulb, about $1.20 plus. plus or minus at, say, Home Depot, Walmart, something like that. And of course, these little ones, 20 cents a piece, bought in packs of 4. You can buy anywhere, and they're very cheap. Hey, buddy, can I borrow your cell phone real quick? Yeah, that's great. Do me a favor. Go ahead and open that up. I don't even want to touch it or anything, but go ahead and open it up.
Okay.
Go ahead, open it up. Great. And go ahead and turn the phone off for me there. Perfect. Is that powering down? I heard something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, when the lights go off, go ahead and turn it, shut it off.
Okay.
Here, just hand it to me. Perfect. Now, what kind of phone we got here? Does this say Sony Ericsson?
Sony. Yeah.
Okay. You turned this off, right?
Yeah.
Then what am I seeing? Is she doing that with a dog? What? Dude. Come on, man. That's disgusting. You know what? I'm just going to have to take this home with me and erase it. No, I'm just kidding. You can have it back. There you go. Oh, you might want to turn that back on, by the way. Yeah. Okay, borrowing somebody's cell phone and turning it off and then being able to watch a movie seems to me to be more of a comedic thing. So having a little comedic statement or something or formulating this around some kind of comedy routine would be really funny. So, but let's get to this position real quick, and then you guys can do whatever you want with it. Normally you're going to have the sticky on this side, oops, the LCD side, but in this case you're going to actually put it on the other side. So flip it over, and there's the U-shaped. You want to put it on the opposite side, as close to the end as you can get it, just like that. And then I'll take the sticky side facing me and up and facing me in a finger palm position. And then when I have them take out their phone, I'll have them turn it off and whatnot, or in some cases just remove the battery. The reasoning for this is you're seeing a light show when it's off, so there's a little bit of a miracle there. If I get a flip phone, I just flip it up, and then as I flip it up, in that motion I'll just turn it over and do that. And oops, hard to do in slow motion. Flip it up, and I'll just turn it over, and as soon as I turn it over, of course it sticks right to the screen. And I'll go, what does that say right there? And I'll flip it up, pointing with this finger. And all I'm doing is just placing it on there, so it looks just like this. Flip it up. Hey, what kind of phone is this? What's that say right there? Can you read that for me? And of course this is stuck on there. If it's moving, push it with your thumb, no big deal. Okay, that's how to get it on there. As they're handing you the phone, get your trigger ready, just press it. As they're handing you the phone, press it, you see your green light. You got about 10 seconds. Flip it up. Hey, what kind of phone is this? What's that say right there? Huh. Interesting. Hold it up to your face. Get it within 5 to 6 inches, and this light will shine right on your face. Now, you can't see when it's going to shut off, but it doesn't matter, because you're just talking about a movie you're watching. When it shuts off, the get clean is pretty easy. Take the phone, and as you close it, just pull it off and go, I'm taking this away, and then go to put it in your pocket, whatever. You put this in your pocket, and as a joke, you go, oh, I'm just kidding, hand it back to them. When you hand them back the phone, you might want to remind them to turn the phone on or put the battery back in. And it's more of a subtle hint or reminder to somebody that, hey, they just saw something magical happen and the battery wasn't on or anything. So it could be more of a comedic effect here, but if you want to do something that's a little more serious, I would recommend doing it in a mind reading type thing. Force them something, whatever, an image, whatever. Then the image appears on their cell phone, which the battery was missing or turned off. You can hand it back to them, and then there you go. So that's another routine, but more of a comedy bit, and this is more of an impromptu on the street kind of a thing. So anyway, have fun with it. Try not to drop anybody's cell phone. Okay, now for an explanation. You're going to find that sometimes the stickum is not going to stick to the back of a glass, and I'll show you right now. The reason for that is it's very slick, and sometimes it'll be cool because of the ice cubes, and you'll have a little bit of condensation on there. Then you can dry it up and get it all ready and make it pretty and get it set up ahead of time. But what I like to do is down here you'll see there's a base where the ice no longer goes. It will be considerably warmer and drier. And what I'll do to just dry it off a little bit is I'll just run my thumb across it. Very simple. And when I put on the stick, instead of putting it right on the back, I'll put it right here at the very end and I'll angle it. Okay, so you can see where I've put the putty, the sticky putty. It's basically at an angle. I put it in a little ball like this, and then I just put it right in the middle there. I kind of smash it on there loosely, just like that. And then take it and place it towards the base at an angle as you smash it on. And as you can see, I'll have this little bit of an angle here. What happens is the light will bounce off here and it'll give the illusion from the front that it looks like it's being lit up. So as I put this on the glass, I press the trigger at the same time to where I can see it, and then I might bring it a little away from me, and then when it's about ready to start, I can see it there. It's doing its countdown. It'll start. So then it starts, you can see the light shoots up into it, but this is what you really have on the back. And then from here you time it, and then on the last one, as I'm pulling back, I'll put my thumb right here, and when it's towards the edge of the table, there it goes, I'll blow as the light goes out. I blow and push down. So what happens at this point is you're stripping it. So here's what you've got. Sitting at an angle, the light just went off, and this is our view. As I come in to grab it, and I blow at the top of the water as soon as the light goes off, just timing it, and right when I blow and I grab it, I just push this part, my thumb just slides down the glass. That's it. You get to this position here, and all you have to do is just either with the glass move backwards and it'll fall off the table, or you can just kick it back. Well, it's all stuck on my thumb right now, but that's all you have to do. Just down. So starting from that position, sweeping down, blowing, so it looks like this. That's the spectator over there. Our view here. This is the edge of the table. You just push back and lift the drink up and set it in the middle of the table. This has already fallen off the table, and the drink is where their eyes are going to look anyway. At this point, when I've already lapped the device with the thumb, I'll move the drink forward and I'll place the hands out here. It's kind of a centerpiece thing, but it's also, you know, subliminally showing my hands empty. You don't want to be like all magic-y, you know, just be normal. You just set it out there, and at this point, you know, you can leave it there. People's natural reactions are going to grab the glass anyway, turn around, look at it, whatever, which is fine. It takes all the heat off of, you know, off your lap. So, but that's kind of like the centerpiece I like to do, and I'll just look at them, you know, and I'll let them make the next move, which they usually just grab the drink, which is fine with me. Let them have it. And if they don't, then you can, you know, bring your hands up and just kind of spin the glass and leave it at that, you know. But it's a great thing to do, totally unsuspecting to your audience. It's great to do at dinner with family members, things like that. And you just, hey, look at this, and everyone looks and it lights up. You don't have to say anything more than that. Let it light up, let it do its little dance, do your little get clean, bring it back out here as a presentation, and then just look at people. Let them draw their own conclusions. Let them pull it, let them look at it, let them do whatever they want. And the cool thing about it is, since this is a utility device, well, you can light up something different later using the same exact device, unbeknownst to your spectators. So give it a try. It's fun. Okay, here's the explanation for an impromptu firefly type routine. And basically you take your lightning and put it on a pole. In this case we've got a lighter pole. You can buy it at a convenience store, and it fits perfect, so you don't even have to kind of mess with it. The way I like to hold it, I'm right-handed, so I will press it, get it ready, and I'll put it with the LCD light up on my middle finger, and I'll palm it like this in my hand while it's on the pole. So just like that. And when it starts to glow, you keep your hand like this, you put your other hand on top and just open up the fingers and they'll see this glowing. And then once the glow stops, you let the pole do its work. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And have fun with that one. That one's a real go-getter, especially in a dark club. Have fun.